What's up guys? Alex here. We're at Spring Creek Motocross Park. It's a beautiful sunny weekend and we're gonna try out a 350 versus a 450. So we got Vaiths They've been generous enough to loan me a 350 and a 450. So kind of my daily practice one. I have 3 days on the 450 so far this year. So obviously I'm retired, so I don't ride a whole lot anymore. But I do have 3 sessions on the 450. Today is going to be the first time on the 350. But basically, I'm really curious to see, as a retired guy, taking it semi-serious. I'm riding once a week, sometimes twice a month since I retired. And I really am just curious what bike is best for me. Is it going to be the 450? Obviously you have a lot of power right here, more power sometimes than I ever know what to do with, even in my prime. Or the 350, you know, kind of middle of the road. So I'm curious just to see, you know, what's the best of both worlds, the pros and cons of each bike, and just see where we end up.
Jason Vaith here, Vaiths Cycle, 23 MC 450, 23 MC 350. We got Alex Martin here riding. Gonna do a session on each. Both bikes have stock trim, stock suspension, stock plastics. We got both bikes outfitted with Geomax MX33 Dunlop tires. We're gonna shake them both down and see which one Alex likes better, which one he's faster on, the 450 or the 350. We got the sag set on both of them, air pressure set in the forks, tire pressure set 13.5 on these 33s. We're gonna see what Alex likes the best.
Alright, so we just got back from our first session on the 450 today. Track's pretty rough, choppy, a little slick and greasy in spots because they just watered. So basically, first thoughts on the 450, you have to have this thing somewhat dialed in. So right now we have stock suspension on this, stock bars, it's pretty much stock pipe. It's pretty much a full stock trim bike like Jason was saying earlier. I've played around with the clickers a little bit. I'm running my forks at about 145 PSI. And then the shock, I think it's stock is a 4.6 spring rate. Feels really tall for me in the rear. I kind of feel a little stink bug when I'm out there on the track. So I had to be really careful. And I feel like riding this 450 on the track, I had to have like absolutely perfect form. Otherwise I'd get kind of sketchy. I mean, I'm 5'4", 140 pounds. I'm a little guy on a 450. Kind of why I was a 250 career guy, to be honest. But so yeah, I definitely feel like I'd be a little more comfortable if I got the suspension revalved, and maybe honestly almost feel like I could kind of detune the engine. The rougher the track gets, it seems like this bike gets a little bit choppy. But overall, I think compared to like the Yamaha that I rode last year, I feel like this has a really smooth linear power. And it's a little bit easier to ride when the track gets rough versus the other brand 450 I was riding. But yeah, that was a fun little session on the 450. right, just got back from riding the 350 for the first time, so the track has gotten a little bit rougher, a little bit more choppy, and this is literally my first time riding a 350 ever. We just did about a five lap moto out there with the amateur kids at Spring Creek, and honestly, I'm kind of blown away. This is the first time that I've rode a 350 in general, but also at Millville, and down the first straightaway, I literally felt more comfortable. I don't know how to explain it. There was something about the bike that just, it felt a little lower to the ground. So this runs a 4.3 shock spring. So the forks, both 350 and 450, I have about 145 PSI. I don't know, don't judge me on that. I just set that. Okay, it's the stock suspension on this one as well. This one's actually bone stock. Like the 450 has wheels and hubs, and this one's literally bone stock. So honestly, this was a blast to ride. Like, if I'm retired now, I'm only riding like once a week, a couple times a month. I love this bike. It handled really well. It just seemed like it was less reactive and twitchy in the really rough, chattery sections. But then the power kind of didn't get you in trouble, where I feel like the 450, you kind of, you grab a handful and it's kind of like you have some oh shit moments, where this definitely seems a little bit more manageable. Plenty of power. So I've had the opportunity to ride for Star Yamaha, Troy Lee Designs KTM, JGR Suzuki. So I've rode a variety of factory bikes. Rode my brother's Geico Honda even a couple times. Rode Adam Cincerella's PC bike. Sorry, Mitch. I gotta say, this 350, it's like having a factory 250F almost, like power-wise. You get the best of both worlds. It's light, you don't have to do a lot of modifications to it, but it's fast. So, dude, I'm a big fan of this 350. I like this thing a lot. That was a lot of fun to ride. All right, that's a wrap. 350 versus 450. End of the day here at Spring Creek. It's hot, a little bit worn out because I've only rode like 4 times this year. But yeah, just want to do a kind of a legit recap on the day. Rode the 450 probably about 20 minutes today. Got some good time on the 350. This was actually my first day, like I said earlier, on the 350. Dude, I fell in love with this bike. I gotta say, I'm not riding a whole lot, like I said, so just the way this bike handles, the power delivery, cornering. So another thing actually I didn't mention earlier, but on the 450 I had to drop the forks down to flush on the fork height tubes just to get the bike to be a little bit more stable and handle better on the high-speed chop. And I didn't even touch the forks, so we're at about a good 6 or 9 mil here on the forks. And so, I mean, that's something that probably would have helped stability, but even with not making that change, this bike, like I said, I just really enjoyed riding it. It was a blast. Stock suspension, stock handlebars, stock wheels. Maybe we'll upgrade later in the summer and get some products from Vaiths Cycle. But yeah, big shout out to Vaiths Cycle for giving me this GasGas to try for the day. Maybe I could sweet talk him into getting me a bike for the rest of the summer. But our man Jason's over there right now. He's actually changed about 65 tires on the day. So we had a busy Memorial weekend. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching this video. And yeah, if you're a retired guy like myself in your 30s, 40s, whatever, I kind of feel like the 350 is the way to go. Thanks for watching. Ketones are a powerful macronutrient with clinically studied benefits. With Ketone IQ, you can feel your best at any time with a boost of awesome feeling energy and clarity. Unlock the power of nature's superfuel. No fasting or keto diet required. If you're looking for stable energy, ketones are 28% more efficient as a fuel than glucose alone. Plus, they don't cause sugar crashes or insulin spikes, helping maintain smoother, more stable energy levels. If you're looking for focus, ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier and act as fuel for the brain, helping you achieve and sustain peak mental clarity. If you're looking for athletic performance, ketones can help spare glycogen, prevent bonking, and support muscle protein resynthesis for faster recovery. guys like this FXR gear and you want to get yourself a little discount, check out fxrracing.com, type in MXPR_troll train and save yourself 30% off.